The Rock rocks. Chris Rock knocks out Meghan's race card with a crucial mock. Greetings and a gracious welcome to the World of Royal Staffs channel. Renowned comedian Chris Rock's recent Netflix special, Selective Outrage, has been making waves for its scathing commentary on a range of topics, including the royal family. In the special, Rock unleashed a barrage of jokes aimed at the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, particularly targeting Meghan Markle. His jokes have been met with a mixed response, with some critics hailing them as bold and hilarious, while others have condemned them as disrespectful and offensive. Nonetheless, his unexpected takedown of Markle has sparked a heated debate among royal experts and fans alike, as they weigh in on the implications of Rock's comments and the impact they may have on the ongoing drama surrounding the couple. Rock did not hold back in his disdain for Meghan Markle and her royal in-laws. He called out the former Suits star for doing a lot of complaining and ridiculed her infamous interview with Oprah Winfrey, saying, "It's the royal family. You didn't Google these mother F. What the F is she talking about? She didn't know. It's the royal family. They're the original racists." According to Christopher Anderson, author of The King, Rock's unexpected takedown of Markle would have been a complete and shocking surprise to her. Anderson also explained that he had previously written about how innocent musings about what Harry and Meghan's children might look like led to unfair charges of racism within the royal family. For those who may doubt Meghan's knowledge of the royal family's history with racism, Anderson suggested that she must have known what she was getting into when she married Harry. However, hearing it from the iconic, super cool Chris Rock would have been a real punch in the gut for her. During the special, Rock joked that marrying into the royal family was like marrying into the Budweiser family and added, "They drink a lot." He went on to say that some of the things Meghan went through were not racism, but just in-laws, and dismissed her claim that the royal family was concerned about how dark the baby's skin would be. Rock even said that even black people want to know how brown the baby is going to be, which he used to justify his claim that it wasn't racist. As Chris Rock brilliantly pointed out, this is not a matter of racism, but rather a typical in-law situation. Meghan is simply battling it out with her in-laws, who are giving her the cold shoulder. Let's face it, this is just an inflated drama about a problematic woman who overestimated her importance and wrecked a family. And to make matters worse, she weaponized her race and gender to spin a pathological story about perceived discrimination. Now, the comedian also made a great point about Markle's dilemma as a black woman trying to be accepted by her white in-laws. But let's be real, it's not as hard as a white girl trying to be accepted by her black in-laws. Chris Rock hit the nail on the head when he said, "If you're black and you want to be accepted by your white in-laws, then you need to marry a Kardashian because they accept everybody." As we know, these comical remarks must have been a rude awakening for the Sussexes. After being warmly embraced by the celebrity world, they must be shocked to be receiving digs from the likes of South Park and Chris Rock. But let's not forget, these are cutting-edge folks who are dishing out the harshest criticism. And let's face it, the Sussexes have made themselves ripe for parody. I was surprised that Chris Rock singled out Meghan and kept hammering away at her. Of course, we expected him to go off on Will Smith, but Meghan? Not so much. I am sure there are a lot of tears being shed in Montecito, and Harry, who has always stepped up to defend his wife, is nothing short of furious. Now, some may argue that this mocking is unacceptable, but when the public cheers them on, comedians are going to shred Meghan like toilet paper. After all, she thought she had been fed to the wolves, but she's in for a rude awakening. Kinsey Schofield, host of the Today for Daily podcast, questioned whether the Sussexes felt betrayed by the same streaming platform that distributed their 6-part docuseries last December. But let's face it, what can they do about it? Netflix gives their comedians space to breathe, and Chris Rock certainly took advantage of that. And to be honest, victimhood has been a lucrative brand for Harry and Meghan, but there's no longevity in that. People are tired of hearing two privileged individuals complain about mundane issues. That's why Chris Rock and South Park are not only forgiven but encouraged by their audiences. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams hit the nail on the head when he said that Harry's memoir Spare was a foolish move. Harry included intimate details about his experiences with drugs, losing his virginity, and even penile frostbite. Of course, that made him a prime target for satire. But don't forget about Meghan's claims of racism within the royal family. She accused them of racism and caused immense damage by saying that an unnamed royal questioned the color of Archie's skin. And now she's playing ignorant about royal matters when she met Harry? Come on, Meghan. Chris Rock nailed it when he said that if you're black and want to be accepted by your white in-laws, you should marry a Kardashian because they accept everyone. The Sussexes won't be laughing now, especially since their popularity is in free fall according to the polls. It's about time that comedians like Chris Rock take them down a peg or two. Meghan Markle, you may have thought you were untouchable, but comedians are going to shred you like toilet paper. According to royal expert Shannon Felton Spence, comedy is at its best when it's a critical assessment of current events. Chris Rock, a famous comedian, was hilariously pointing out inconsistencies in his recent comedy special, and it looks like the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were not laughing. Spence went on to say that Meghan and Harry should have built resiliency and humor into their public brand. However, they failed to do that as they are thin-skinned and litigious. They never anticipated becoming a public laughingstock, and now they are facing the consequences of their actions. The comedy special in question was a long-awaited counterpunch to last year's Academy Awards. During the show, Smith strode on stage and slapped Rock, who was a presenter. It was quite a dramatic scene. But now, Rock is taking center stage with his stand-up comedy, which shines a light on what people are thinking and feeling. During the show, Rock riffed on wokeness, hypersensitivity, and what he called selective outrage. He even joked about how words can't hurt you unless you've been punched in the face. Smith has apologized and repeatedly spoken about the incident since last March, but Rock has avoided all the usual platforms where celebrities often go to air their feelings. He never sat down with Oprah Winfrey and turned away the many media outlets that would have loved to land an exclusive in-depth interview. "I'm not a victim, baby," said Rock. "You will never see me on Oprah or Gayle crying. You will never see it. Never going to happen." And that's what makes Rock such a success. He takes accountability for his actions and doesn't complain about the mundane. Meghan and Harry could learn a thing or two from him. It's time they stopped being so thin-skinned and took responsibility for their actions. Maybe then, they won't be the public laughingstock anymore. Well, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And as always, stay tuned for more content from our channel.